All right, we're continuing to talk about polymers that are formed by step growth polymerization to get an idea about some representative materials that are produced using this kind of synthesis mechanism. The next one I'd like to talk about is polycarbonate. Remember, polycarbonate is optically transparent polymer. It's used for windows or bulletproof glass. And this is formed by the combination of monomers bisphenol A and phosgene to form this repeat unit, plus a condensation product of HCl. And notice that the linkage here is at the end of the repeat unit, and this structure is a carbonate linkage. Another class of materials that are produced using step growth polymerization are polyurethanes. Polyurethanes are a family of materials that are produced from monomer units that combine. One of them has alcohol functional groups, and the other one has isocyanate functional groups. So these two monomer units then combine to form a repeat unit that looks like this. And notice here that there's no condensation product associated with this reaction because they end and terminate in the structures associated with these monomer units. The linker species that is present that joins the two monomer units to form the repeat unit is a urethane group, so that's shown here. There's a lot of materials that have in the polyurethane family. You've probably heard of polyurethane foams, these soft materials. Lycra is another trade name for a polyurethane-based material. The next class of materials that I'd like to highlight are ones that we've talked about previously, particularly Kevlar. So Kevlar, we've said before, is used for making high-strength fibers that can be used for body armor, bulletproof vests, or athletic equipment. And this is formed by a reaction between monomer units that are diaminobenzene and an acid chloride. Now, the linker between these two monomers in the repeat unit is a amide or amide group. So these are examples of polyamides, just like nylon. They contain the same linker group that joins the two monomer units together. HCl is the condensation product for this reaction, and we said that this is used to make high-strength fibers. It's a very rigid molecular structure. I just want to point out a structural variant of this class of materials. The trade name of this material is Nomex, and it's almost identical in terms of the monomer units, except that the orientation of the carbon ring along the backbone is slightly shifted. And this slight change in the structure actually changes the properties of the material significantly. It has a reduced mechanical strength associated with the fibers, but it has a very high level of thermal stability or thermal insulation properties. So this is a flame retardant material that's used a lot for protecting firefighters, first responders, and also race car drivers. That's part of their suits that they wear because this has a very high temperature stability and flame retardant properties. But it's a structural variant of the same basic structure as Kevlar. Another material that I wanted to highlight that's produced using step growth polymerization is polydimethylsiloxane. And remember, we talked about this before in the context of the fact that it's an example of an inorganic polymer. So this material does not have a carbon backbone like all of the other polymers that we've talked about so far. This material is produced by a reaction of a functional group with water to form this repeat unit and condensation product of HCl. So this material or this class of materials is known as silicone rubber. If they're cross-linked in particular, they have properties where they can be deformed and then they'll recover their shape very easily. They also have favorable properties because they're chemically inert and good thermal insulators. So they're used in a lot of applications for heat insulation or encapsulation of electronic products.